Now, I know that I missed the deadline, so to speak, for the original showcase of the average D2 player's vault, but I wasn't quite prepared when that originally happened. So I apologize, but here I am now. I've completed my preparations for Edge of Fate. I just like to show what I have a little bit. As you can probably see, my vault is a little close to full, but I have enough room that if there's new weapons that I really want to keep, I can keep. And there's probably some stuff I can safely remove without any major issues. Naturally, most of this is legacy items and the like, so I don't really want to get rid of those because, can't really get them. All that rambling aside, take a quick tour, point out a couple of the notable entrants here. Nothing really on the first page. Oh, well, I suppose there is this old judgment from Prophecy. So as before, it was updated to be a stasis hand cannon. Slideshot time payload. It's a pretty solid PvP roll. I don't play PvP that much though, so that's why I haven't used it. Here we have the Year 1 and Year 2 weapons on this page for my kinetics. These are a collection of things. It's notable that I have all of these weapons because I only started in Season of the Worthy, so I grinded quite a lot, especially during Season of Arrivals, to get all of these weapons before they left. So I'm very proud that I have these weapons in the first place. Here's some of the more recent weapons. I followed some of the Fallout's advice for weapons that are worth holding on to. I have a couple unloved here. This one with Hatchling Paracausal Affinity. This one with Dragonfly Paracausal Affinity. So I'm not sure which one will be better. So I've been doing a little bit of grinding in Right of the Nine, as you can probably see. And I've been targeting a certain gun. I don't know if you can tell which one it is, but well, I have two Adept Liminal Vigils here. One with a PvE roll, the Headstone Rhyme Stealer Frost Armor Synergy combo. And then here a Lone Wolf Kill Clip combo for PvP. Again, I don't play much PvP, and I only just got this one the other day, so I haven't been able to really use it that much. Moving on into energy weapons. Notable inclusions. This one right here was from the one weekend that Zur sold a weapon with accuracy masterwork, so I think that's pretty funny. Let's see, what else? I managed to get a swift verdict with Kill Clip before it was removed from the Prophecy loot pool. That was at the suggestion of True Vanguard before he decided for good reason to move on to other games. I certainly don't blame him. Again, like before, I did a lot of grinding when I first started before a lot of content was vaulted, so I have, the Infinite Forge weapons, the original Ikilos weapons. I even got the Curator roll of the SMG. I was grinding that to get the Wayfarer seal before that was removed. This Last Hope here was one of the first weapons that I really got attached to. As you can see, 8,367 kills on it, so I used it very frequently throughout my early Destiny 2 career from about March 2020 to October, November 2020, whenever Re-Online came out, you know? That started my really good relationship with the adaptive burst sidearms. Very solid weapon archetype, one of my favorites in the game. Super reliable. So, I don't do PvP very much, but I did play a good amount of Trials of Osiris when there's a double loot weekend with the Exalted Truth here. So I have one PvP role that, again, I haven't really played much since PvP-wise, so haven't used. I also have the Destabilizing Rounds Repulsor Brace, Tried and True role, and then in my vault here I have a Destabilizing Rounds One for All role. That was based on Dato's suggestion. I've tried it. I have enjoyed it a lot. On my character, I have a Destabilizing Rounds Demoralize role that I use quite frequently. I really do enjoy using it. It's a very good feeling gun. Also, I really enjoy the trace rifle from Guardian games. I know these two I haven't used, but I have another one, again, on my character with a really solid PvE roll of triple tap and detonator beam. It puts in really good work. So I'm a really big fan of this trace rifle, so for those non-believers, give it a try next year when Guardian Games comes back around. Again, with some Right of the Nine grinding. I did a little bit of the ultimatum difficulty with some friends, but we weren't able to get very far. I was lucky enough to get a couple solid adept rolls of different weapons here. Like a Discord Redirection Sudden Death, that's a pretty solid roll there. Also a Discord Destabilizing Rounds one. And I just now, an hour ago or so, got a hollow foil, rather, Sudden Death with Trench Barrel and 1-2 Punch. Something I was searching for most of the event. Also have a hollow foil Heel Clip Master of Arms No Survivors. Very solid weapon. Couple other greasy lucks. I do enjoy glaives a lot, so with the glaive melee changes that are coming in, well, as I'm recording this, just over 11 hours, I'm looking forward to trying some of these out, particularly this one with reconstruction and close to melee. I think it can put in some good work. Moving on to power weapons here. Let's see. This Tarnation, it might not seem very notable, but if you note that crafting date there, this was during the crafting. So, when I was actually using this weapon, it shot a few more than just one grenade per pull of the trigger. I'd mentioned this previously in a random Fallout stream where the only time I had ever cleared a Grandmaster Nightfall was during the crafting because, well, I had this. Actually, in the time between that and now, I have done a Grandmaster again. I completed a Sunless Cell Grandmaster with my friends. That was how I got this here. Not a very good roll, but you know how it is. Anywho, have a few other miscellaneous power weapons. You know, most of these again are legacy. Well, I guess most of them aren't actually legacy items. I can still get Circular Logic, Corax's Distress, Eclipse Terminus, the Taipan. I still will be able to get the Brave weapons, just not with the unique ornament. Dungeon weapons, World Drop, Raid. These will still be focusable. So the only really legacy ones are these ones right here. This Braytech Osprey was one of the final pieces of my collections I was missing in order to get the Wayfarer seal back in Season of Arrivals. And that was a pretty good week when I got this, because I had to wait for the specific nightfall to rotate in to get this weapon at all. So I suppose I do thank Bungie for actually putting that one in rotation then, so people could have one last chance to get this weapon to get the seal. So that's pretty nice. And have a couple Cold Comforts, not Heathen Vengeance. I haven't done Vault of Glass. What am I saying? I have a couple Cold Comforts. I don't have Envious Arsenal bait and switch, but I have Reconstruction bait and switch or Envious Arsenal Explosive Light. I know neither of them are ideal, but this one will still probably be quite usable. After all, I have the exact same thing on an Apex Predator, so you know how it is. Armor, I have at least one roll of every exotic, at least for Titan. Most of the ones for Hunter and Warlock, I don't play those two as much. I've naturally kept my Festival of the Lost masks, because why would I get rid of them? Let's see. Now why have I kept this Solstice Greaves from 2020? Solstice of Heroes. This one's a story. For that sentimental reason alone, they will remain in my vault. And of course, what kind of Destiny 2 player would I be if I didn't hold on to old materials that had literally no reason to exist anymore? Like mod components, ghost fragments, microphasic data lattice, the Vanguard tokens, Archie's gifts. I can't get rid of these ones. He might be sad about it. Extra rice cakes from Shadowkeep. I don't need any more. I already have gotten all of the figurines. The Ascendant lens from whatever the hell that was. I wasn't playing the game when there was the whatever event Bungie put in that actually let you turn in this item for some other thing. I don't remember. I wasn't playing then. So it's going to sit in my vault. I suppose I should really quick show one of the only spoils from my 8 hours of Trials of Osiris in 2020. It's this right here, the Scholar. This is not a very good weapon. I can say that with confidence. I've used it. 983 kills. It's just not a really good weapon. I'm not a super big fan of it. But when I needed to do Legends of the Lost Sectors, and there was a Scout Rifle Anti-Champion mod in the artifact, I had my Scout Rifle that I was going to use, because doesn't matter how bad the gun is. 96 range is 96 range, and Vorpal Weapon is Vorpal Weapon. So, that's about it. I'm I think I'm all prepared for the Edge of Fate. In case you're wondering, this is 136 judgments from the right of the 9. If we want to include the old judgment that I have right here, 137. But I also have an additional judgment that is a stasis version, but not right of the 9 on my hunter. So that really makes 138 judgments that I own. Most of these are different in some way. Some of them are even good. Like, no, not that one, no, not that one, no, of course, this one. Headstone Rhyme Stealer. That artifact next tomorrow. That artifact, there's some stasis stuff if I remember correctly, so this could be pretty solid. Tried it out a little bit. It's a pretty solid hand cannon, I gotta say. That 42 range, it's a little worrying, but because of crossing over the origin trait, you know, don't really notice it that much. I also have an adept roll with those perks if I want to go with that, but it's not holofoil, so it doesn't look as cool. And it's a pretty big deciding factor for me, you see. Alright, fine, I guess I can address the obvious question of why am I hoarding 138 rolls of judgment? The answer is quite simple, you see. Because it's as the old saying goes. Judgment? I hardly knew her.